What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel today. What a crazy freaking weekend with the NFL draft. I know we are all so excited that it's finally here. And with that, I got you my first top 25 rookie rankings. We're going to do Superflex today. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel. If you have a couple seconds, please hit subscribe. We're almost at 400. I'm super excited over these past couple months bringing you guys these videos. But let's get into it today. My top 25 Superflex rankings. Starting here at the top, Caleb Williams goes to Chicago. Love the landing spot. Love the weapons. No questions here. Now, tier 2 is where it gets a little interesting. We've got Marvin Harrison Jr., Jayden Daniels, both good landing spots. I think this one really just depends on what you're looking for. I do think I would take Marvin Harrison Jr. most of the time, but if you happen to be stacked at wide receiver and you have no quarterbacks, I do think Jayden Daniels brings the upside with his rushing ability. Now, tier 3 is kind of just a shit show, man. It is what it is. Malik Nabers, then McCarthy, Brock Bowers, Odunze, and Maye. Honestly, I could see ranking these guys in a lot of different orders depending on your team need, depending on how your league works. The order I have them here is how I would personally rank them if I had to go in order. But I do kind of see this as a big tier. And if you're looking to get maybe a quarterback and someone wants Nabers, I do think you could trade back and just kind of take McCarthy or Maye. Or I totally get taking Brock Bowers here at number 4. If you're looking for a tight end, maybe it's a tight end premium. So I really think we have some choices in this first round, and there's some pretty good landing spots. Now, they're not the best, but for example, with Malik Nabers, I'm not worried about the Giants. He's going to be force-fed targets. McCarthy gets an amazing landing spot with amazing weapons. Brock Bowers gets the draft capital. Devontae Adams won't be there forever. Odunze, you may have to wait a bit, but he's going to be tied to Caleb Williams here, so that's absolutely amazing too. Maye, the talent's there. We'll see what happens with the wideouts and if they can build that team around him. But getting a top 3 pick at number 8 in a Superflex league is crazy value. Now, moving on to tier 4, the last 4 here in the first round, Xavier Worthy, Jonathon Brooks, McConkey, and Brian Thomas Jr. I still think the Chiefs factor has me with Worthy here. I think the upside is there. It's a little risky. So I would understand if you prefer someone more like Jonathon Brooks, the RB1 in the class. McConkey, who's going to get crazy targets there in that Chargers offense. Or Brian Thomas, who goes to play with Trevor Lawrence there. So this is how I would have them ranked. I do think I understand reasons to take all of them, kind of depending on your league. I think it's a great time to be in the back end of the first for a rookie draft here. I think you can move around. I think you can get some good assets with 9 through 12 here in a rookie draft. Now let's move on to 13 through 25. Next one's an even bigger tier here at tier 5. I have both of these quarterbacks, Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix. I know the landing spots aren't the best, but Superflex quarterbacks in the second round, man, that is a crazy good deal, and I will take advantage of it, especially with the draft capital, even if they aren't your favorite players. I am a Michael Penix fan. The situation's interesting. Not as big of a Bo Nix guy, but 12th overall, probably going to be the starter there in Denver. You can't ignore that. Then maybe this is a little high, but I really do like the landing spot for Trey Benson. I think he's going to take over for James Conner, maybe even mid-year. And we've seen how productive James Conner can be in Arizona the past couple of years. He's basically been a top 24 back every year. So I really like it here for Trey Benson. We'll see what happens next year with a better influx of running backs coming in. Then we got Keon Coleman going to Buffalo. A little lower on him as a prospect, but you cannot ignore the landing spot and the potential he brings. If Keon Coleman hits, you could argue he could have been taken at 1.5, 1.6 if he becomes the number 1 there in Buffalo. So this is great value. Same with Ricky Pearsall here. We'll see what happens in San Francisco. If they stick out with all the wideouts this year, or if Pearsall tends to take over, maybe he's the wide receiver 2 in the next couple of years behind Ayuk or Debo. But you're getting first-round wide receivers, and same with the Xavier Legette. Sorry, I got the hiccups. You're getting these guys in the second round with first-round draft capital for wide receivers. So that's just really good value, and I would love to have an early second, late first if you're looking to get value on your team. Next here, tier 6. This is a 2-person tier for me. Jaylen Polk got the draft capital. I liked the prospect, and I just think he has the opportunity to be the one there in New England. And then Blake Corum, he's a good running back. It's a strange situation, but we know the handcuffs there, and for all we know, maybe he beats out Kyron. I'm not saying he's going to, but we know how elite the running backs can be there in Los Angeles with the Rams if they hit. So I'd like him here in the middle of the second round. And then the last tier here in round 2, Roman Wilson, Troy Franklin, Marshawn, Lloyd, Jaylen Wright, and Jermain Burton. Really like these guys for different reasons, and I understand why they're going to be in the same tier here for me. Roman Wilson, he wasn't my absolute favorite, but we can't ignore the track record the Steelers have with these wideouts, and the opportunity is there. There's George Pickens, and then there's no one. So I think this dude's going to be starting from day one opposite Pickens, and he's probably going to get a pretty good target share for a rookie. Troy Franklin, the upside's there, very risky. I like that he got paired with his college quarterback, but fourth-round draft capital isn't the best. Marshawn, Lloyd, and Jaylen Wright, I really like these guys as running backs. They're weird landing spots. We'll see what happens next year. I think their roles will grow as they learn to become better NFL runners. And then Jermain Burton here going to Cincinnati. I really like him as the 3 in this offense if Tyler Boyd probably doesn't resign at this point. And let's see what happens with T. Higgins. If T. Higgins leaves, Jermain Burton has a chance to be the number 2 there and a top 24 wide receiver with the Bengals. So I love all of that. But just an absolute, such a fun draft to watch. Thank you guys for tuning in to kind of get my first rookie ranks here. If you have any things you are wondering about, hit me up down in the comments. Let me know where you guys have these guys in your rookie drafts or how your rookie draft has been going. I have my first one starting up later this week, so I'm super excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace, and I'll come at you later this week with more shows.